Hi everyone, this is your maths recorded lesson. This is Mrs. Sweeting. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. Let's get back to it. So this week we're going to be looking at fractions. We've done loads of work on fractions and actually you've coped really well with it because you've all understood that basically fractions are just another way of looking at and working with times tables. This week we're going to focus on mixed numbers and improper fractions, but just for today, because we have already looked at them, but I just want to recap what they are and how they work. Because when we start multiplying fractions tomorrow, which is new learning, you'll need to be able to do this quite well to help with your answers. So we're going to be looking at mixed numbers and improper fractions in this lesson. And after the lesson, this recorded lesson, there'll just be a short task on Firefly, just for you to do some more practicing of these, but please listen carefully to the video first and then you'll be able to do it no problem. So what is a mixed number and what is an improper fraction? I've just written down two here and they're not linked at all, they're separate. If we just look at the mixed number, a mixed number is made up of a whole number, for example 2, and then a fraction. So it's mixed, it's got a whole number and a fraction together. An improper fraction is where the numerator is more than the denominator, and it's called improper because that's not what we would normally expect to see in a fraction. And in maths in year 5 we want you to get really good at converting between a mixed number and an improper fraction, because later in the week we're going to look at multiplying fractions and you have to be able to do this before you can multiply fractions. So let's have a little look at how they work. So when we're converting mixed numbers to improper fractions, there's some simple steps we can take. I'll just show you this. So the first step, okay, is to show you what a mixed number actually is. So if we looked at the number 2 3/4, that's a mixed number. We can see that that 2 represents 2 whole big red squares, and then the 3/4 are the 1, 2, 3 pieces of red that are left that are extra. Okay, so 2 3/4 represents all of the red squares there. And to change that into an improper fraction, okay, what you do is you multiply the denominator, the bottom number, which is 4, by the whole number, which is 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. And then if we look at step 3, you then add the numerator of your fraction, which you can see is 3, to your answer. So then it's 8 add 3 equals 11. And then what you end up with is your improper fraction, okay, and it is 11/4. So 2 wholes and 3/4 is the same as saying 11/4, okay. How many quarters are there? There are 11, and there are 11 altogether here, okay. When you can see the quarters, it's really easy to do, but in year 5 we have to be able to do it quite quickly without looking at the picture. So we'll do some examples together now. Okay, let's have a look at this mixed number first. So remember what we do, we times the denominator by the whole number. So 6 times 1 is 6, and then we add this numerator onto our answer. So 5 add 6 is 11. So the answer would be 11/6. That's the improper fraction. Okay, your turn this time. We'll call this question number 1. See if you can work that out. Remember the steps. Have a little go. Pause the video and then we'll go through it. Okay, how did you get on? You should have done 4 times 3, which is 12, and added one more on, which is 13, and then the fraction would be 13 quarters. You see that? Well done if you got that. Okay, have a go. This is number 2. Press pause and then have a listen to what the answer should be. Okay, did you get it? 7 times 1 is 7, easy peasy. Add 3 is 10. So the answer is 10/7. Okay, number 3. Press pause and go for it. Okay, how did you get on? Let's do it again. You multiply the denominator by the whole number. That's 8 plus 2 more is 10. 10 quarters. That one. Now let's make a slightly harder one. Let's have a look. Let's go for, they're all pretty easy. See if you can do that one. Let's do this one. Number 4. 2 4/5. Make that into an improper fraction. Press pause and then see how you got on. Did you get it? 5 2s are 10. Add 4 is 14/5. So far we've had a look at when you have a mixed number first and then you get an improper fraction. We're now going to look at when you start with an improper fraction and turn that into a mixed number. And you just do the opposite. Let's have a look at what that looks like here. Let's have a look at step 1. So in step 1, you start with the improper fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. And there it is again. There's 11 quarters there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And what you do is, so the denominator tells us how many pieces make one whole. So in this case, it's 4. If we divide the numerator by the denominator, we will know how many wholes we have. So if we do 11 shared by 4, shared into 4 groups, or another way of saying it is how many times does 4 fit into 11? Well, it fits in 1 is 4, 2 is 8, 3 is 12 is too many, so it fits in twice. And we were on 8, 9, 10, 11, 3 left over. Okay, this means that we can make 2 wholes from 11, okay? And there are 3 pieces left over. Let's have a look at step 3. The remainder is our fraction part of our mixed number. So the remainder 3 just means 3 quarters because that's how many quarter pieces were left over. And this helps you explain. There's the 2 wholes, 1, 2, and then the 3 quarter pieces that are left over. So step 4, a final answer is our whole number and fraction, together. Okay, so 11 quarters is just the same as 2 wholes, 2 whole pieces and 3 quarters, just like in the diagram you can see at the top. So let's have a go at some of those. Okay, let's have a go at this one. So this is an improper fraction. Remember the number at the top is bigger than the number at the bottom, 8/5. And we're going to make that into a mixed number. So firstly, how many times does 5 fit into 8? Just once. How many bits are left over? 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 bits are left over. And we keep the denominator as it is. So 8 over 5 is the same as saying 1 whole and 3/5. Okay, you try this one yourself. This is number 2. Press pause and then see if you're right. Okay, let's try it. 3's into 10. 3, 6, 9. It fits in 3 times and there's 1/3 remaining. So it's 3 and 1/3. That one. Try this one. This is Tiny bit harder, but if you know your 6 times tables, you see this is all about your times tables. How many times does 6 fit into 23? Have a go. Okay, did you get it? I know my 6 times table, so I know that 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24, it's too high. So I know that 6 fits in 3 times, and we were on 18. So we have to get from 18 to 23 to find out the remainder. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That is remainder 5. And you always keep the same denominator. Okay? You don't have to worry about simplifying. Okay, let's try, this is our last one to try. Have a go at that one. Press pause. Okay, how did you get on with that one? How many 8s fit into 34? Not exactly, but 4 lots of 8 is 32. So that's 2 pieces remaining, and we always stick with the same denominator. Okay? Right, whilst you've got this on, I'm going to show the other questions, and I'd like you to have a go at number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. When you finish this, there's a really short task on Firefly with this recorded lesson that you can try in your red book. And also don't forget today to do the 5 a day, and then you've done your maths for today, and we'll do more on this tomorrow. Well done.